Good evening, the Lakers fast break nightcap. I'm a little behind tonight, but we were running a little behind on the post game here. We're going to probably see Gerald here probably chime in. If not, we're going to have a good hour here. Unfortunately, we have to watch a game that should have been ours, but weren't able to get our main guns in there, at least not both of them for the entire game. We had one in there until somebody poked them in the eye, and again for the second time in as many in the last few weeks, ended up costing the Lakers the win. So the Lakers, if you're here late, folks, it's Lakers lost 127 to 117 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. The second quarter was kind of their undoing. They allowed 46 points to the Timberwolves. It was mainly after the last 5 minutes of that quarter where they really went downhill. Lakers were playing phenomenal out the gate. AD got poked in the eye late in the first. We were anticipating maybe he might be back after the first half, if not, maybe after 6 or 7 minutes in the first half. But we kept waiting. Didn't see him come out of the gate there or out of the hall, and we started feeling like, you know what, this thing might not go the way we wanted to go, and of course that's exactly what happened. So unfortunately, the Lakers lost, and we don't really know. What's up, Raphael? Hey, Darren. Thanks for venturing over here from post game. I am going to have a nightcap, and it's not going to be any hard alcohol. I'm not really feeling that right now. I do have a 2015 Cabernet, so I'm going to go ahead and open this up. Let's see here. Where are we? And we'll usually wine is kind of the coming down drink, isn't it? Usually don't open up wine while I'm doing stuff. Usually I'm focused on it so I don't pop the cork into my eye. But I think I did this the last time and everything worked out pretty well. It's not my first rodeo. But the Minnesota Timberwolves right now, without Karl Anthony Towns, are sitting, I believe, in first. I have to see what's going on there. Let's see what the end of the night happened. I was really excited after the Phoenix loss. I got to be honest. I really start saying, man, if the Lakers can somehow get this win without LeBron, this would be huge. Yeah, Minnesota owns a tiebreaker against Denver right now, so they're the 1 seed. If the Lakers should, let's say they stay where they're at, they win 2 games and get the 8 seed, and Minnesota's at the 1. I think that's a series that could do something because I still think that Karl Anthony Towns is not going to be there for the first round. And I think they'll be confident enough to think that they could take the Lakers out, even with LeBron, without Karl Anthony Towns, which I hope that's what they're doing. Could be a rude away. Could be bad for them if they're that confident. But it's unfortunate because I was really looking forward to a possibility of getting that 6 seed. If they had the 6 seed, they'd face Minnesota or Oklahoma City. Again, it's just I don't know if I don't think I was getting greedy. I don't think we were getting greedy. But after how this thing was kind of developing, the fact that they were winning so much, man, I was really looking forward to having a shot at that 6. But right now, I think their best case is going to be the 7, but more than likely the 8 if they win the next 3 games. And then if they don't win the next 3 games, then they're going to definitely have the 9 unless they lose all 3 games. So salute to everyone. Again, this is a Cabernet. I'm not a wine connoisseur. I get gifts, wine, cigars, and all that. This is a 15 Cabernet. What is it? Dama di Plata. I don't think it's anything expensive, anything good, but let's see how it tastes. Let's see here. Where we go. Okay, so we twirl it around, put it next to our mouth. Not bad. Not bad at all. I don't think I'm going to drink the whole bottle tonight, but I'll definitely enjoy it. So, what do we have to look forward to on Tuesday? The questions are going to be, are the Lakers going to force AD to wear glasses? That's the first question. I'm sure that LeBron's going to come back from whatever ailment he had today. But AD now, it's starting to get it's starting to become an epidemic now. This getting hit in the face is almost every other game, and this is the second time he's been poked in the eye. Is he going to wear glasses? Is going to be the discussion here between now and Tuesday. And if he does, we won't have to worry about this issue anymore. And the NBA really needs to start focusing on players slapping people in the face. The fact that they call a flagrant foul on a 15-minute review, yet they don't call a flagrant foul when somebody slaps somebody in the eye, I think that's a testament that how stupid the league can be, and so especially the refs. And another, what's up, Eric? How you doing, buddy? Beyond the issues, talking about the game tonight, Naz Reid is a problem. Now, this is the second game in a row that the Lakers have played Minnesota, and Naz Reid cannot be stopped. I don't know what the hell this guy is. I don't know how he's shooting from the other side of the court and not even touching the freaking rim. But somebody needs to get into that guy's face. Somebody needs to get into his pockets and neutralize that guy. It's getting to the point where if he's the X factor, then we're going to have a problem should we face them in the first round. Yeah, I don't know, Eric. I don't know what they're seeing either. Maybe they didn't see it, but what are they watching? I mean, I really don't know sometimes how three referees can miss calls. Do they need a fourth referee? Is that too much? Do they want to pay for it? Is that why they're not having a fourth guy? I don't know what it is. I think there's too many rules. There's too many things going on, too many distractions, instead of just focusing on the things that matter. Our guys getting hit in the face. To me, there's two things that I would fix in the NBA. One, everyone that plays in the NBA has to cut their nails. I'm talking about no nails, like not a white. You got to keep your nails cut nicely, because I'm pretty sure that the reason why AD hasn't come back in those two games to get hit in the eye is because the nails touched his eye. If it's just this, yeah. If it's going like this, sure, it's going to do just as much damage. But most of these have been like this. And usually the follow through, if there's a nail hit in the eye, that's the real bad part. At least that's my assumption. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an eye doctor. I'm going by some common sense here on why getting hit in the eye all of a sudden means that you can't come back into the game. So Frank, let's see your question. Joe, they'll never change the face hit call. Mavs has a player that at least gets hit in the face once every game. Luckily, he don't play as much anymore. Well, somebody, you get things you want by complaining, right? So I think maybe that's what they need to start doing. I think they need to start complaining. Complaining moves things apparently in this day and age. So this is something that's actually valuable. Try to let Adam Silver and that committee figure out how to solve this problem. Do we all have to wear glasses? Do they all have to wear glasses? I don't know. It just seems like certain guys keep getting hit in the face. I don't know. Can't figure out why. What's up, Daniel? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, 9th seed confirmed. Yeah, I wouldn't say yet, Jay. I wouldn't say yet. Still 3 games left. A lot of the teams that we're waiting on here, New Orleans, Phoenix, Sacramento, are playing against each other. So some of these losses are going to be guaranteed one way or the other. If the Lakers win the remaining 3 games, I feel very, very confident that they'll at least get the 8th seed. If they get the 8, they solidify themselves just one play-in game, and I think that's probably what they're looking at here. I don't think they want to press it. This is my thinking. I kind of went off on LeBron a little bit on the post game. Now I'm going to start focusing on more of what's going to likely happen here and how their mentality is. Their mentality right now is they're going to get a low seed here. They know that they're not going to be able to get to a home court advantage situation. They know that it's musical chairs between the 1 and 3. So at this point, I think what they're thinking is let's get the 8. Let's get the 8 or the 7. Make sure that we only play 1 game, and then at that point, let the cards fall how they fall. And if they're healthy, if they're goggled up, then at that point, we probably don't have to worry about any more of this. Well, we need to sit out. That's the beauty of what could happen here. Should they make it into the playoffs, we're not going to have to deal with this sitting down, sitting up garbage anymore. We're going to have to watch them play every single game because they are playoff games. What's up? So let's see here. What else we got here? So the eye does not count as above. What's up, Joe? Let's see. I know some of you guys had some questions. I know I missed them. What else can we say? So looking at some of the stats here, looking at the play. So Rui had a phenomenal game. Dinwiddie had a great game, especially out the gate. D'Angelo did not have a good game. I think he only made a couple shots in the beginning of the game, and he's just once he's off at the beginning of the game, it's hard for him to get in. He missed all but 1 3-point shots, and we couldn't afford that, especially the fact that he played 39 minutes. Austin didn't have a really good game either. He was 4-14 from the field. The thing with Austin that he needs to work on here for the rest of this run is he needs to stop with his jump passes. Enough. No more jump passes. Okay. If you're not going to commit to a pass, don't jump. Do not jump. You need to stop, wait, and pass. Don't jump pass unless whoever you're passing to, you know that's how the play is going to turn out, and you know they're going to be wide open. But he made a lot of bad jump passes tonight that turned into turnovers. Can't afford to do that. Listening in the background, getting some work done. Yeah, petting my cat. I had so much work today. I've had to do taxes and W-2s and all that crap. It's the stuff you do when you're an owner. My accountants take care of most of the stuff, but a lot of times the easy inputting stuff I try to take care of so that I learn more. It's all about learning. We're going to talk about understanding things and learning. It's good to know those type of things. I'm not going to know all the tax codes. Again, that's why I have an accountant. But inputting W-2s and understanding where taxes go and this and that, a lot of times that helps in explaining to your people what actually is going on there. And for those of you who came in late, my nightcap tonight is the Dama de Plata 2015. I am not a wine connoisseur. Okay, I drink wine based off of the taste, and I usually like the red one. So whether it's a Merlot or Cabernet, that's my game. And being that the evening didn't spruce up the energy, a wine is more of a downer, right? A wine is like, well, I'm just gonna relax for the day, doing all that I did, and hang out and relax, and that's what I'm doing now. So looking at the performances again, I thought the role players played extremely well. I think this was Jackson Hayes' best game as a Laker. The guys did their job other than maybe D'Angelo Russell. I mean, Austin Reeves, they still dropped 14 and 15 points, but I don't know. I guess expecting all of them without AD and LeBron to go off, yeah, it would have helped if D'Angelo Russell made 5 more shots and if Austin Reeves shot 3 more shots, it might have made a difference. But a lot of times it's very hard for role players to be those guys in these kind of games, especially when you're playing against really, really talented teams like the Minnesota Timberwolves. So we can look at this game as the solidifier in that the Lakers are now going to, for sure, be playing in a play-in. I mean, it would have to be a miracle where Phoenix loses 3 games and everyone else loses another 2 games for them to have a shot at the 6. So I'm not going to really focus on the 6 seed anymore. I think the goal here now is to finish off the season with 3 wins, with 3 games remaining, and then see how the cards come down, and we're going to see if they can squeak into the 7 so that they can get home court for that play-in. Who they might play, I don't know. I still don't know. Is it going to be Sacramento? Is it going to be Phoenix? Is it going to be New Orleans? I don't see the Golden State Warriors jumping up. If the Lakers get to the 7, I don't see the Warriors getting up to the 8 by any chance. So the Lakers, should they get the 7 or 8, are going to likely face Sacramento, Phoenix, or New Orleans. Question there is, and the question I have for you all is, who would you rather play? Who would the Lakers want to play? Who do you want them to play? Who do you guys, who do you want the Lakers to play? And who do you think the Lakers want to see in that play-in? That's going to be a good question. Joe, you owe me a drink. I called it that Rui would E26 or above tonight. Darren, where are you at? Where are you at? Are you local? I forgot. Oh, you're in Covina? Shit. I just did a bid out in Point Park. If if I'm in the area, I'll hit you up. We gotta exchange numbers. We'll take care of it. But going back to the Lakers, Warrior. Hold on, let me see what Frank's saying. Warriors is who I think the Lakers wants to face rather than the Kings. Well, I don't know if that's possible. Is it? Okay, so in order for Golden State and the Lakers to play against each other, not in the 9 and 10 spots, New Orleans and Sacramento are going to have to lose badly for the next 3-4 games. I don't know if that's something that's likely. I'm thinking. I want Sacramento. Maybe it's because I'm upset that they swept us, and I think it would be poetic if they ended up bouncing. Well, they wouldn't bounce them in the 7-8 spot. At least they would just make them play a second game. But I think it would be great if they ended up playing Sacramento, preferably at home, beating them and getting into the playoffs, and then making it harder for the Kings to advance. And this would be the time to do it because they're missing two integral parts of their team in Herter and Malik Monk. I think this would be a good opportunity for the Lakers to take advantage of that and also get some revenge for the regular season. If they play New Orleans, I feel pretty confident that they'll beat New Orleans. I don't know if Brandon Ingram's going to be back either. Maybe he is, maybe he will. I don't know. Phoenix would be scary. I have to admit, because if Booker goes off and Durant go off, if the Lakers are sitting at 8 and the Phoenix Suns are at 7, that is very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. I don't know. Again, I don't know. I don't know how I want this to play out yet. I'm scared. I'm scared if they're stuck at the 9, because that for sure is a one and done. If they lose to a hot Steph Curry, if they do face Steph Curry in the play-in, I don't know, man. That would be a terrible way to end the season after all the positive they've had here in the last few weeks. I may get Dodger tickets, nice seats. Oh, good. Let me know. Let me know what game you're going to, and I'll see. I have 2 tickets right now. I haven't been able to figure out what date I want to go, but I have 2 tickets right now that were gifted to me. I can use those maybe on a day you guys can go, and of course, Empire Jeff, I know, is going to a lot of Dodger games. I haven't been focused on the Dodgers as much. I mean, I'm still watching the games. Tonight was a terrible game. I don't know what's going on in Chicago, but they just didn't feel. It looked like they didn't feel right in Chicago at all weekend. I think it was because it was cold and just the pitchers couldn't do anything. Yamamoto got out of some jams at the beginning of his start, and then he kind of settled down and had a lot of 1, 2, 3 innings. But other than that, everyone else struggled there. It was not a good trip to Chicago for the Dodgers. And the Phoenix coach knows how to scheme against the Lakers. That is true to some extent, Darren, but the Lakers did win the season series this year. So I wouldn't go as far as saying, hey, Frank Vogel has something on us. I think ultimately what's going to come down to this is, are the Lakers going to be able to outperform Devin Booker and Durant? Those are the 2 staples there. If those guys go off, it's going to be a problem. That means AD and LeBron need to go off to manage that, because I do feel that the Lakers role players are better than the Phoenix role players at this point in the season. That's for sure. But I'm worried. I worry about, and Booker's a young guy. Booker's a young guy. He's got a lot of, in vinegar. And then Durant, LeBron. I think the NBA would love to see something like that, to be honest. I just don't know if they want those guys to eat each other. I think one wins, one loses, and then the other one wins in the second play-in to get in. I think that's ideally what they want, but doesn't look like, unless Phoenix stays in the 6, doesn't look like the NBA Western Conference is going to have Durant, Steph, and LeBron in this playoff. If I had to take a gamble, I think 2 of those 3 are going to be in there, but I don't know if all 3 will be, but we'll have to wait and see. That trade for Royce improved them. Yes, he did. I think the role players are about even. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think the Lakers are outperforming the role players lately. Maybe I'm biased. Maybe I haven't watched enough Phoenix Suns basketball, but I'm liking how the Lakers are playing. in and around LeBron and AD, and it's played. It's a lot of the reasons why the Lakers are winning. They're doing their job and they're playing above how good they are. Rui Hachimura is just getting better and better as the year goes on. He's been solid, even in the games that he's not playing well in terms of points. He's still playing well on offense. I'm sorry, playing well on defense, and overall team chemistry is all there. I think that's all you can ask for a guy who up until last year was, I don't want to say if he was a bust, but definitely wasn't living up to his draft status as a top 10 player. Hey, cool bro, what's up? Where you been? Watching Rams highlights? Getting ready for the draft? Getting ready for Sean McVay and the crew with Matt Stafford? Guess who's back to back? Let's see. Guess who's back again? Oh, wow, Jesus. That song came out way before you were born, too. I remember I was in college when it came out. Very popular song. I'm a football guy, cool bro. I don't just watch highlights. I know a lot about a lot of things in football, except when certain Rams players go to dinner and what year they went to dinner. Yeah, that I don't know. I don't pay attention to that stuff. I pay attention to the games. But I think the next step here, guys, is to what are the Lakers' preparation here now for Tuesday? It's already been leaked that AD will be available on Tuesday. I'm pretty sure LeBron's going to be available on Tuesday as well. The question is who feels confident that the Lakers are going to take this game? That's the question. Are the Lakers going to beat the Golden State Warriors? And if they do, they obviously solidify the 9 at the very least. They don't have to worry about the 10. If they lose, now it gets even scarier. Now there's a chance that the Golden State Warriors might jump them before the end of the season. That's going to be an interesting topic after Tuesday night. I think that's something I'm waiting on. But I actually feel pretty confident that they'll win on Tuesday, as long as both their stars are available and focused. And AD, wear glasses, please. Wear glasses, because we can't have this happen again. Joe, prove to me you know more about football. No, I'm not going to prove anything. This is the Lakers Fast Break Nightcap. I'm having a nightcap. And I'm here to discuss Lakers basketball with a little bit of pepper of the Dodgers, life, whatever. We're here for Laker basketball. And if you got a problem with that, you can step outside. I'm not going to be there, but you can just step outside. Does anyone call you Coolio at school? You're missing an important factor as the Warriors that affects AD. What is that, Frankie? What is it? What are we missing? Oh, God. Look, Draymond Green has been done for 3 seasons now. If Draymond Green is playing, I'm feeling really good, because his single doubles is what he does now and continues to play wrestling. But I don't think he's going to do that to LeBron or AD. They're all boys. So I'm not worried about Draymond Green. I don't even remember Draymond Green being on that team sometimes. Steph is the guy you got to worry about. If Steph goes off, that's what's scary, and he still is capable of doing that. He might cheap shot, let's say, I don't know, Jackson Hayes. Will LeBron grow a sack and tell his boy to stop doing that? You know, LeBron's not a confrontational type of guy, right? He's a nice guy. But at times like these, you know, if you really care about winning, you need to flip the script. If Draymond Green tries to hit people in the nuts or bend them like Beckham, well, I think it's only smart to reciprocate, but do it under the nose of the refs. Which is, if Draymond does it, why can't you do it? If Bill Laimbeer could do it back in the day, why can't you do it? I don't see why not. You know, play and don't let it get up. You know, because they always say, well, if he gets under your skin, that means he's got you. No, you don't need to do that. You can still perform and retaliate. Robert Parrish uh, two-punched Bill Laimbeer in the 80s in a game. He didn't get veered off his game, and Celtics end up winning that series. Joe, give me a football quiz. I'll prove I know more about football. Okay. Yeah, but I'm going to give you – this is the only time I'm going to do this. We're here to talk Laker basketball, cool, bro. But I'm going to give you 5 seconds, okay? Are you ready? Are you ready? Who is the only NFL Super Bowl MVP on a losing team? What's his name? All right, tell me then. Go ahead. Nah. Okay. You promise? You give me your word you're not looking it up. If you promise, give me a fist bump icon. Okay. Who is the only player to win Super Bowl MVP on a losing team? Ding, 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 ding. I'll give you a hint. Ding, 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 ding. It was Super Bowl 5. That's a real question. Come on, Cole, bro. You didn't know that. Freaking 15 minutes to make a decision. Nah. Don't BS me. Don't BS me. You took too long, brother. You took too long. You lose. That's the last question I'll ever ask you on football. Anyways, let's talk about Tuesday. The Lakers play the Warriors, and the Warriors have been winning. They have been winning. They're trying to get there. They're trying to make their mark just like the Lakers are. So the question now is, will the Lakers win this game, and will they win it handedly? Because a little bit of me thinks they're going to win it handedly. Am I being too confident here? Am I being too confident? I don't know. I was more worried about today's game, even with LeBron and AD. So will the Lakers host the Warriors on Tuesday, and will they take them out? Yeah, Sam, I agree. I feel like the Lakers, the way they've been playing, as long as they have their guys playing, the main guys, I think they can take the Warriors out quick. I know that Steph can get hot, but it's still hard. Even if he gets hot, it's hard to win when everyone else isn't pulling their weight. Usually, what would happen is when he would get hot, it would you'd have to kind of shadow him with a second guy, and then of course if you did that, then Clay's hitting, then Draymond's hitting, then Poole's hitting, then whoever's hitting, and then at that point you're toast. The word sports baby was he had a flu or something, flu-like symptoms. Dre, Megan Thee Stallion was at the Lakers game. She probably was there for Anthony Edwards or Nas Reed because she don't come to Laker games like that. Who's Megan Thee Stallion? Dre? Sorry, Joe, I'm working. It's only 4 p.m. here Monday. Xbox, you never have to apologize, man. I know your guys' schedule over there. Joe, you jealous? I'm 15 and know more about football than you. No, you don't know more football than me, bud. Sorry. You never will. Ever. I'm an NFL connoisseur. Well, see, and that's the point here, Xbox. I know that not everybody can be here, especially here on the East Coast in the United States. Not everybody's going to be able to stay up until 2 a.m. But we get some good viewerships, during the week. I'm here to stay within the moment of the game as much as we can. I've thought of maybe having a morning show. The problem is my schedule gets crazy in the morning, so mornings are really tough. But there will be a time where I'll probably have a little bit more flexibility in those things once I have someone helping me. setting up the shows, the production value. At this point, I'm by myself. Gerald does what he does where he's at. I do what I do where I'm at. Everyone does their own thing here. But there is going to be a time when I'm going to be able to have someone set these things up. I'll actually have a booth, all that stuff. But right now, it's just not in the cards because time isn't there. I have too much that I got to do. And no matter who I hire, it doesn't seem like they can even replace 1/4 of who I am. It's just not it's not there yet. It will get there. Don't get me wrong. It will get there. But right now, it's just not there. Female rapper. Let me see here. Hold on a second. Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion. Let me see what she looks like. Megan the. Okay. So she looks like Nicki Minaj with her blonde hair. I don't know if she still has blonde hair. Why would you say she's there for Anthony Edwards and Nas Reed? Is she allergic to Laker players? Joey, do you lay the turf at all? No, not now. I don't have time. If I'm laying turf, that means I'm not out getting work. I bring the business. I go, the estimates, the closing of the jobs, the networking, the meetings with commercial and residential jobs. Just I'm the glue. I'm the glue that puts everything together. If I'm sitting there nailing down turf, that means I'm now getting more business. My guys don't care about that. My guys care about what's going on next week. And if I am to live up to that, I have to go places to make sure there's jobs the following week. Why would you be surprised? I know a lot about a lot of people. I just don't know a lot of the new stuff. I don't know a lot of the new people. It might have been just that, it's a Sunday. She was in LA. I don't know. Is she from LA? And it's funny. It's funny you brought that up, Xbox. I got called out by one of my constituents about how I don't work with my guys. I said, well, I don't work with my guys because I don't have time, and I bring in the closed jobs. So you want me to go work with my guys, and then leave, and then try to get more work? Like, what do you want me to do here? Kenny, I'm going to need to see a little more from Anthony Edwards. I think they're touting him as the next best thing, but you know how it is in sports. You know how it is, especially in the NBA, especially when there's only 5 players at a time. He's going to have to make some noise in the playoffs. If Edwards wants to make his mark, he's probably going to need to beat like Denver in the playoffs and be the MVP of that series. And if he does that, then it's likely that he ends up going to the finals. And if he ends up winning a championship, then yeah, you're going to be that guy. Yeah, it's a good point, Kenny. It is. But I don't like putting tags on people until the tag is warranted. And I'm not dogging on Anthony Edwards by any means, but I think we tout a lot of guys as the next great thing, and it ends up falling down. We did that with John Morant. John Morant was balling out the last couple of years, not this year, before that, and everything was, oh my God, John Morant this, John Morant that, and then all of a sudden, boom, within a year, he's suspended, and then he gets injured, and he's out for the year. It's that quick. This is a grind of a career for a lot of these guys. You have to respect the grind. The grind is what makes you or breaks you. Now, Anthony Edwards is one of those guys that actually says the good things and actually executes it. So kudos to him. He's one of those guys that wants to set an example. He wants to play every game. He wants to be the superstar. He wants to be the guy. Now he needs to execute it. And I'm not saying he has to win a championship this year. I'm not saying that. Even if he lost in the second round, it's still an improvement in my book because they didn't make the second round last year. So But he's, let's say in the next year or two, if he ends up being MVP caliber, that's when that pressure is going to start, needing to be, fulfilled. And that's kind of how I look at that. Xbox, he is not overrated, bro. Ant-Man is overrated sometimes in the discussions. He's not overrated, but people have overrated him. People are saying he's the next. I keep hearing Michael Jordan in the discussion. I don't know why. Guys, that's not good pressure to put on him. He is not Michael Jordan in any way right now. And he'll never get there, number one, but he can have a Hall of Fame career. But we need to wait. Just wait. Relax. RELAX. Who said that just like that, cool, bro? Let's see how good you are. This one is not something you could probably find on Google. Maybe you can. But who is the guy in the NFL who said it just like how I said it, Mr. Football Man? RELAX. Relax. Who? I'll give you all the time you need. Not really. You have 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You don't know squat about football. Go home. No, I'm just kidding. You can stay. Anyways, so Ant-Man on the come up. Let's wait, please. Let's just wait. Don't tout him yet. Let's just wait. Going back to Tuesday's game, I think the matchup right now is going to be AD against their bigs, which they really don't have any. If AD plays like anything that he's done in the last few weeks, that's why I feel very comfortable the Lakers can blow this out. And of course, LeBron is going to have 4 or 5 days off here in between his last game. You can definitely go boom. You can definitely release LeBron out there, and there's definitely no one on the team right now that can guard him. And then the role players, they hit their open shots. Rui's hitting the elbow shot all day. Jackson Hayes is coming in and doing that pick and roll at least 3 or 4 times during the game and getting points. I just don't see how a team like Golden State can handle that. They don't have the players to do it. Kenny, the Lakers need to win every game the rest of the way if they want to limit their game, their play-in games. They have to win the next 3 games. There is no discussion. If they don't win all 3, they risk the chance of them having to play 2 games to get out of the play-in. And that's where it gets dangerous. Can't afford to do that. Absolutely cannot afford to do it. No, cool, bro. No, see, you're not with it, so you can stop talking about football now. Sorry, Joe. I don't care what football player. I thought today was a must-win. It was a must-win to have a chance at the 6. That was the key here tonight. Tonight was about the 6 seed. Why? Because Phoenix lost at home to New Orleans. It was an opening. The Lakers win tonight. All they would have had to have done is finish off the next 3 games, and then Phoenix and Sacramento lose 1 more game each, and the Lakers would have clinched the 6 seed. That's why it was important tonight to win. That was a must-win to get in the playoffs and not have to worry about a play-in. And that's the part that drives me nuts. This whole I'm not going to risk injury for a seeding. Dude, you're not seeded when you're in the 7 or 10 spot to the 10 slots. You're not seeded. You have to play more games. That means more wear on your body, especially if you're stuck at the 9 like they are now. That means you have to win 2 games. Why not play your butt off now, get the 6 seed, and then you don't have to worry about playing 1 or 2 extra games? I don't know. Am I out of line here, folks? Is there no one looking at it that way? Or is LeBron and the Lakers that confident that let's just get in without anybody getting hurt in the regular season and we'll win those play-in games and then we'll rock the house? You think that's how they're thinking? I don't think that's how they're thinking. I don't even think they know what the hell they're talking about. LeBron doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. What are you going to do? I got to fill up another glass. I'm not going to drink this whole bottle like I did last time. So Sports Baby and Xbox. Do you guys live next to each other? Anyone? 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 So Sports Baby's in Sydney. Okay, so you're in a different state. Okay, good. I got to learn my states in Australia. Well, regardless, when I come visit, I'm going to visit everyone. We'll figure it out. I want to check out Australia. It's one of the countries that is on my bucket list. Can we get the 8th seed because 9th and 10th seeds are elimination games? Yeah, Kenny, if we win the next 3 games. I feel very confident. If the Lakers win the next 3 games, they'll get the 8th seed at the very least. Possibly a 7. Six states down. You know what? I'm going to look at this. I haven't looked at the Australian map. Australia map. Okay, let's see here. So we have Western Australia, Northern Territory, Queensland, New South Wales, South Australia, Victoria. So we have 6 states in Australia, correct? Phoenix plays the Clippers twice. I bet the Clippers rest their player. Sad. Not really. I don't think so, Sam. I think that they're resting Kawhi because they have to. But they still have something to play for because Dallas is creeping. Dallas is creeping. They're still 2 games behind. So if they want to guarantee themselves a home court in the 4, they have to continue to win. And right now, both are on 3-game winning streaks. So they got to be careful. They much would rather play in LA against Dallas versus playing in Dallas. I actually think if Dallas sneaks into the 4, I think Dallas takes out the Clippers in the first round. But if the Clippers stay in the 4, thank you, Shane Black. I appreciate it, brother. I think Clippers maybe take that in 7. I mean, Luka could go nuts and win that series, sure. But let's just say he doesn't. Let's say they play to their capabilities, not something worldly. I can see the Clippers winning that series in 7. Joe, I'll admit this. I don't know everything about football. I sure as hell know more about you, though. No, you don't know either. You don't know anything about either, honestly. You know what I allow you to know. That's a fact. You know nothing about me, and most people don't. My family does. My friends do, but you don't. And maybe you will one day. I don't know. Probably not. But yeah. You're never gonna know me really. I like to keep that stuff to myself. Mainly Sydney, Gold Coast, and Melbourne are the 3 main states. So, we would have to do. I don't even know what I would do. Tasmania. How's Tasmania? Is that like the Key West of Australia? A lot of fishing, a lot of wildlife that's different. No. You see, your conscience told you. Your conscience told you the truth. Now you're denying it. Boring. Oh God! When you're there, folks, when you're there, I lived in San Diego for 13 years. I go to San Diego once a week. When you're there, it's never as exciting. But when you're visiting, usually you're like, "Ooh, what's here? What's going on?" So I get it. So I want to come to the Gold Coast, then head down to Sydney, then Melbourne. Okay, I'll plan that here in the next year or 2. I'll let you guys know. I need to do more traveling. I still haven't been to Europe. I still haven't been to Switzerland. I've been to Canada, Mexico, all the main areas here and nearby the United States. But the plan is to get to more traveling here in the next few years once I get away from the rigors of the day to day. And definitely Australia is on my bucket list. Now that Michael Cooper's in the all Lakers should. No, he's actually gonna get his number retired. Sam, that one was a jersey that was there wasn't they weren't contemplating it as an organization, but fans have said, man, Coop played from 1978 to 1990. He was an integral part of the Lakers. He only played for the Lakers. He won 5 championships. He was the Defensive Player of the Year in 1987. Larry Bird said he was the best perimeter defender he'd ever played against. If anybody, I guess, belonged in the Hall of Fame out of that role player area, it's Michael Cooper. And now 21 is going to be up in the rafters because they only put Hall of Famers up there. So it's a really, really cool thing. We love Coop here. Coop, Robert Horry, Rick Fox, D. Fish. These are guys that we love to death. And it sucks that, Kurt Rambis and Byron Scott were, coaches and executives with the Lakers. There's a lot of bad taste there because they weren't able to do certain things that we wanted them to do. But I think we need to forget about all that. We love Kurt Rambis. We love Magic. We love Byron. We love, all these guys, even though they didn't do well recently in certain aspects of the team. But Michael Cooper had never been around that kind of situation. He'd never been a coach or anything. AC Green's another one. Lamar, obviously. Yes, very good names too, guys. Very good. And it's gonna just be cool. So next year, I'll get ready. They're gonna do a jersey. I'm gonna try to get out to that one for sure. I was there for Pals this year. I'll probably get ready to do go to Michael's. Jersey ceremony is a really cool thing because you're sitting there. You can see there's a buzz in the area. Doesn't matter what game it is. And then you see the jersey get unveiled. It's really, really going to be cool. And it's always cool. It's always going to be cool. Now, he's not going to get a statue, obviously. But hell, man, Hall of Fame and have his jersey retired up in the rafters next to all those greats. The Lakers banners alone could be the first team All-NBA. Just Lakers. That's how many great players they've had. So salute to Michael Cooper for making the Hall of Fame. Coop, we love you. We can't wait to see your jersey go up in the crypt. Oof. You know what, sports baby, the tickets are not that expensive, and maybe this is just me. I don't look at $100 or $200 tickets as expensive. At least I don't. I go alone a lot, so I usually get lesser tickets. Tickets I can get usually I get about 150 for really good seats because single tickets are easy to sell at a cheap price, especially the day of or the day before, because most people don't go by themselves. It's like going to the theater by yourself, going to movies by yourself. I rarely go to the theater by myself. I usually go with my wife or with a friend. But basketball, sports, it's a little different. It's there's no interest. People around my circles, my wife, my kids, they're not really sports people. I have friends that like sports, but they're not as focused on it as well as I am. So going by myself usually is easy too because I can go in and out real quick. I don't have to worry about somebody else doing this or doing that. And then the tickets are much less than they would be if they were pairs. And that's probably why I haven't traveled as much, Xbox. I don't want to go coach. I am getting to that point in my life where I could probably take business class or first class. I'd prefer to go first class when I start to travel more, just because I'm a big guy, guys. I'm 6'3", 280 pounds. There's going to be a time here where I'm going to have to drop a lot of this weight anyways, too, as I get older. But yeah, it's difficult for me to sit in a normal car sometimes, let alone an airline seat. And airlines have gotten so bad. Just the experience used to be so much better. Now you go into an airplane because there's so many detestable just slugs that travel. You can see the disdain, the everyday disdain from the flight attendants. The flight attendants, when I used to fly back in the day, they always looked chipper. They always looked happy. They always looked content. They dealt with maybe one or two idiots probably every 2 or 3 months. Now it's like every day, probably every week, all these entitled a-holes who think that somebody owes them something. And every day you're seeing more and more of these videos of people going nuts on planes. And I'm sure it was going on even in the 80s and 90s, but because we have cell phones, we can see it now. I'm sure of that. But I don't know. I don't know, because I have seen a difference in the flight attendants. It used to be chipper, used to be happy. Now it's not. So if it was going on in the 90s and in the 80s, the flight attendants sure didn't show it. So that's kind of how I look at that. Definitely going to fly the way I want to fly if I'm going to travel more. Joe, my friend Joey said he wants to know what alcohol you drink. I don't really have a specific drink. I tend to stay with whiskey. If I had to pick, like Jameson, Honey Jack, specialty type whiskey that I get gifted. I will drink rum, just basic Captain Morgan if I just want to have a nice drink and kind of just kick it and have enough of them. Wine isn't really my everyday thing. I've been having wine just because it kind of looks cool on air and it makes me look sophisticated. It does taste good, but I don't usually drink, folks, unless I'm in a social situation like we are right now. I don't drink wine when I'm by myself or with, just lounging around. I don't drink beer. Once in a great while, I'll drink a beer while watching a game, but I'm not a drinker. I don't really drink. I drink socially. And then I'll have a celebratory cigar maybe every 2 or 3 months. That's about it. MJ was better than Kobe. Yeah. And he was better than Kobe because he was more physically gifted. Kobe didn't have the hands MJ had, and MJ had an extra gear physically. His first steps, his athleticism was a gear more than Kobe. I always said Kobe was 5-speed, Jordan was a 6-speed. It's just God given, and of course his hands. If Kobe had Jordan's hands and MJ's athleticism, if you thought Kobe would have been scary, during his reign, he would have been a clone of MJ, no doubt. He would have been a clone of MJ. But then at the same time, I'd say when I would compare Kobe with MJ in terms of accomplishments in the NBA, I always said MJ was Dean Smith ahead of Kobe. Everybody asks me, what the hell does that mean? Dean Smith taught Michael Jordan how to be Michael Jordan and still incorporate everyone. People think it was Phil Jackson and the triangle. That's not the case. What happened during that time is it was the perfect merge when Phil came in. He came in 1990 after they fired Doug Collins. Phil came in, and then the players that Jerry Krause accumulated for Jordan started to come up. And then Jordan implemented the perfect offense for those guys, for that team. It took them a year to get acclimated. They lost to the Pistons in 1997 in the Eastern Conference Finals. And then after that, they ended up doing what they did. And Jordan had a little bit more of that extra from Dean Smith that allowed him to be who he was and still involve everyone in the game. He was smart. He was coachable. Kobe sometimes wasn't coachable. And that was a problem. Shaq is the same way. Shaq was the same way. Sometimes he wasn't coachable. He was a stubborn guy. Sheed with the super chat. Thanks again, buddy. That's the second one. So when will you allow your supporters on your live podcast? Americanas are entitled in general. Tequila is my drink of choice. It's all poison, but feels so good. Give me Sheed or Duncan. Sheed, you guys are always welcome to come onto the show. So email Gerald at LakersFastBreak@yahoo.com. Let us know when you want to come on, and then he will set you up with a link, and then we will get you on, and then we'll have any questions you want to ask us on air. We'll answer. I don't care what it is, and then we will converse. Yes, we are open for anyone to come on, folks. I don't care who, even if it's negative. Now, I've come out and shot some ammo, not literally, but figuratively, virtually, at people who didn't agree with what we were saying, and I've invited them to come onto the show. And of course, as soon as I do that, it's crickets. So don't feel shy, folks. I don't have feelings to be hurt. Now I can react, and I can react in an aggressive way. But as soon as the reaction is done, like a firecracker, it's gone. And if you think that I'm doing something bad or good, either way, ask me whatever you want. Cheers to that. And cheers to anyone who wants to come on. We welcome you all. Yeah, absolutely, Xbox guys. Yeah, this is a show for you guys. Honest to God, as much as I love Gerald, as much as I love Sean and Nick and Laker Tom and Jamie and Johnny Costa, I love all you guys. But the reality is, I would not be here if the audience didn't want me here. When you're here to entertain, when you're an entertainer, you have to have a crowd that wants you there. Whether you're a stand-up comedian, an actor, a ventriloquist, a clown, whatever. I have gone back and forth, especially with some of the stuff going on with the Lakers during the year, and especially with my schedule. I'm like, why am I wasting my life here doing this when I have so much other shit to do? Well, the answer is it's you guys. It's you guys. And it seems like every 2 or 3 days, every 4 or 5 days, our subscribers go 10 at a time. 10 here, 10 there, 10 there, 100 there after a month, 200 after 2 months, 300 after 3 months. So for me, that's a lot of people. You ever been in a room? Right now we're sitting at what, 1,510 and change? You ever been in a room with 1,500 people? It's a lot of people. So if you're all going to go out of your way to be here this late, especially some of you on the East Coast, some of you on the different countries, I think I'm obligated to be here and reciprocate because that's what it's about. I love the Lakers. I'll always love the Lakers, no matter how much I talk smack, no matter how much I don't like certain things about the ownership, the GM, the players. At the end of the day, folks, it's no different than living at home. Okay. I criticize my wife. I criticize my kids. They criticize me. It's not all flowers and candy. Sometimes you got to be mean to the people that you do like or the people that you have decided to spend your time with. And that's just how I look at it. If you're offended by it, which most people would be, especially since they don't know me, then that's on you. But in the end of the day, you do good, by the way, too, you're going to get the flowers. You don't do good, you get called out on your stuff, especially if it's not done in the right way, especially if you start BSing. Because that's the part I don't like. I don't like hypocrites, and I don't like BS. If you're going to be who you are, even if it's something I don't like, I'll still respect you. As long as you're not hurting children, women, and innocent people, I'll respect you. But don't be a hypocrite. Don't talk out of both holes. Otherwise, yes, you will be called out. Joe, I will remember you have to sometimes be mean to your family. Great life lesson. It is mean. Yeah, I'm mean because I hold them to a high standard, as they do me. And there are times where I will take it overboard, but it comes from a good place. And by the way, I'm not cursing out my wife and I'm not hitting her. Okay. It's more aggressive discussions. And that's just, my wife knows who she married. She knew she didn't marry a choir boy. But this isn't daily stuff, folks. This happens maybe once every month or two. It's got to be something legit. I'm not out here ranting and raving, going crazy for no reason. You guys know I live an amazing life. I don't have to complain or whine or be angry all day. I don't do that. I get angry on here because the Lakers have given me every reason to get angry during this year. Although this last few weeks, I've been pretty happy. Tonight, I did get a little irritated because I was expecting LeBron to play. And when he didn't play because of his whatever, I got irritated. But I started feeling pretty good about how the Lakers played in terms of the role players. Of course, AD came out. He was doing his thing until he got, bounced out. But I was still very, very, very happy at how the Lakers players responded. They tried everything to kind of keep it at bay and maybe steal one here. But Minnesota isn't a first seed in the West, in a competitive West, for no reason. They are a very good team, even without Karl Anthony Towns. And they did what they did because they're capable of doing it. So you can't really harp on those guys too much. But you can't harp on to the stars. Don't tell me you're the greatest of all time when you can't play with a tummy ache. Come on. Even in your 21st season. And with that, I want to thank you all for being here tonight for the Lakers Nightcap. Cool, bro. I'll be teaching you more and more as time goes on. The Lakers lost today, unfortunately, to the Minnesota Timberwolves, 127 to 117. But I feel pretty good about Tuesday's game against Golden State. So we will be back. I will be back. We might be back for a snack pack tomorrow. I don't know yet, but probably. But for sure on Tuesday, we will have a nightcap that night, hopefully after a win. If you have any questions, any concerns, any questions about trying to get on, whatever, please email Gerald at LakersFastBreak@yahoo.com. If you guys want to reach me directly, I'm at Joe Soro LFB on Twitter. I am at SinBlades_turf on Instagram, and I am Johnny Blade with the Punisher logo on Facebook. And until tomorrow or Tuesday, I want you all to have a great evening, great night, and until next time, I'll see you next time.